Okay, we need to have a talk.
Yeah?
With every resource at your disposal, why are you wallowing?
I'm not.
You don't have to stay stuck in this place. You have options, you have resources, you have people that have reached out to you. Tell me why you're choosing to stay in this emotional or this mental state.
No, I'm not.
I mean, help me understand.
My feelings aren't just a light switch. I can't just turn them on and off whenever it's needed. It's a process. I can't take any shortcuts. I have to go through what I'm going through, because if I take shortcuts, then I'm just going to end up right back in the same spot like 1-2 months from now. I have to fix it at its core. I have to do it right the first time. I don't want to be back here. I don't want to experience this every 6 months in my life. This is shittiest place to be. I know that. I can't just skip steps and fake it. That I'm shooting myself in the foot if I do that. I'm doing everything that I can to be able to do this right the first time.
And so now, what are you doing on a daily basis to get yourself out of that? I mean, physically, what actions are you taking? Because you love singing, you love going to the gym and getting fit, you have a passion for sculpting. I mean, all these things you could be doing simultaneously while you're going through this mental turmoil to assist you to get to that destination that you're trying to get to mentally. These things, these actions are going to be positively affecting your mindset. You're physically doing something that makes you feel good. So it's going to allow less time for you to be sad, for you to sit around and think about the negative things that you're trying to change. If you do these activities, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel positive. You're going to feel mentally stronger because you're doing small things that make you feel good. You have to have little successes throughout this process to be able to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you just sit in this sad mental state without positively stimulating your mind, it's going to feel like it's going to take that much longer for you to get to where you want to get to. So why not hit the fast forward button a little bit? Not necessarily cut corners, but you can take leaps and bounds as opposed to taking tiny little steps. And these leaps and bounds in progression are going to be these activities that you like doing that make you feel good. You just have to have the drive to actually carry these things out. I think you've gotten so used to feeling like a victim and victimizing yourself all your life with everything you've been through up to this point that your mind defaultly goes into this victimized state, and you just continue to think of negative thoughts and situations that make you feel horrible, that they make you feel like you're not important, that you're not contributing, that nobody wants you around, that nobody would miss you. And yes, I'm asking you to try and break a lifetime habit, but it's not like I'm just asking you to do this just because. This is what is going to allow you to break free from those thought processes and that type of mindset going forward. So this is a hard ass step that you're gonna need to do that will last you the rest of your life. You're only gonna have to go through this process once if you do it right.
I know that I could just hit the gym here and not have to drive to the gym, so that I can be doing that. And yeah, just going into my home studio downstairs to work on my art is easy to do. And the hardest thing about that is just starting. just taking that first step. Because I know that once I start doing these things, the rest is going to be easy. It's just dragging myself out of the negative feelings that I'm feeling and thinking, and all of a sudden switch gears and start sculpting or go to the gym, because that's the hardest part, is the ramp up or the startup of doing something. Once you're there, you know, it's easy, like I said, but it's the ramp up, getting to that starting point and actually doing it, that's the hardest. And that's the battle. I mean, that's the first obstacle that I need to work on. So then that literally should be your focus. You should be dedicating your entire time and energy to really pushing yourself hard to get to that point of feeling like it and actually starting the activity. Because once you're doing the activity, you're basically on autopilot, because everything else after that's, it's super easy. You just continue to do it because it makes you feel good. So you're not going to want to stop that activity until you're done. I mean, you've already applied for jobs. You know that working your business is going to make you money. So you just have to, suck it up and make the calls to be able to meet with your people to help them out so you can make money. I understand that you care too much about what people think about you, but Jesus, like, you're at your rock bottom. What the hell does it matter now? It's not like you're doing something that's not helping or benefiting the community in a dramatic way. You're actually changing people's lives. What the hell do you have to feel bad about? Even if somebody thinks the worst of you for whatever reason, so what? Like, they're not paying your bills. They're not somebody that you're in love with that doesn't believe in what you're doing. It's just their thought. Their perception of you doesn't have to be your reality. You're in no position right now to care about what anybody thinks of you in any negative way. This is your rock bottom. Yes, this is the best place to build your foundation. Stop caring and fearing what might happen if you actually did what you want to do. If you get rejection, so what? It's not like with every rejection you get, an arm gets cut off and you can't do your job as well as you did before. Like, you're fine. You're a grown-ass man. If somebody says no to you or they reject you, so maybe your feelings will get hurt a little bit, but have you not endured much higher levels of pain throughout your life up to this point? I mean, what is a no compared to a 7-year relationship that ended because of infidelity? Like, honestly, what the hell's the big deal? No is just a freaking word. Somebody says no or rejects you, okay, that's their choice, but you did your job. Move on to the next one. Somebody else is looking for and praying for the type of help and service that you provide. Why would you allow somebody who is not in the right place in their life to accept that type of help, to detract you from the goals that you have and what you want to accomplish? I mean, it's just asinine to me. You have no reason. It almost seems like you're doing this on purpose for some kind of attention. It's a little pathetic if that's the case. Like, you already know what you have to do. You know how to do it. You know what is going to happen if you do it. It's going to get you out of the situation you're in that you despise being in, but you're not doing it. It's like you're an emotional cutter. I'm not an emotional cutter.
Bad about yourself. It's like you're doing this to yourself as a form of self-punishment for whatever reason. You don't have the luxury of time anymore. Your resources are out. You have to be somebody different, somebody better, because the person that you've been up until this point obviously has got you here. So that person is not the right person for you. that mindset. You need to change, you need to improve, you have everything you need to do that and accomplish that with. You have a clear picture in your head about what you want your life to be, what you want to do, and the person that you are right now will never accomplish those things. Understand that.
I don't like
You
feeling
have
this
to
way.
Change and evolve and be better and bigger to have better and bigger things.
It annoys me. I don't like feeling like a loser. I don't like having nothing. I'm not doing this on purpose for attention. It's absolutely ridiculous. I know exactly the person that I want to be and what I want to do and the type of life that I want to have, and this is not it. Just because it may seem like that to a third party from the outside looking in doesn't mean that's exactly what's going on inside. I'm trying to tell you what my process is and what's happening up here so that you can understand why certain things are happening, why I'm doing certain things or behaving certain ways. It's not by choice, it's necessity. Well, I feel like just having this conversation helped to voice all that. It was definitely progress. Maybe we should do this more often, because I have these talks with myself regularly in my head, but vocalizing them and bringing them to life is a whole other story. It's a completely different dynamic. It's doing its job. Let's just go.